For some reason, everybody thinks you have to do everything in your computer yourself. That you have to play guitar, you have to play all these things. There's all these plugins, so you don't need to work with anybody ever. Just stay in your hole and work on your stuff, make all the money, and hoard all your talent and your money to yourself. And the only way that I have gotten 227 songs done this year is because I get help every day. Every day I've got players sending me stuff from Nashville. I've got partners sending me tracks. I've got Wolfgang sending me more music than any robot could ever make. And I've got all those things coming in. And that allows me to have starters, or I send starters out to people. As you know, we do live tracking in Nashville about every other month or so. And then I do pass around tracking where I'm doing tracking that way too. It's okay to get help. You know why? This is how pros work. You think Beyonce just sat in her room and made the whole track and sang it and put it all together and mixed it herself? No. Do you think anybody that you listen to on Spotify, other than an indie artist who does all that on purpose, do you think anybody huge puts a movie on by themselves, puts an album out by themselves, does a Broadway musical by themselves? Even solo one-person Broadway musicals require an incredible team. You've got to work with others. You have to get out and play with others. It's a trap to sit down in your basement and work all by yourself, because you'll never improve, because you'll never be sharpening iron on iron, and you'll never get to the next step without some help. And the main reason I get help is because there are things I can't do. I can't play guitar. Yes, I have guitar plugins, but they only take me so far towards what I want to do, especially being authentic and being super high quality, which is what libraries expect from Positive Spin songs. They expect Nashville quality stuff every time out. They expect higher than the average bear quality all the time. I can't play cello. That's why I work with a cellist. I can't play the Irish harp. That's why I work with a harpist. There's a lot of things that I can't do and you can't do. And so you should get help. That's one reason you get help, is because you can't do something. But there's another reason you get help, and you get lots of help. And that's because you can do something. Yes, I can play piano on everything. I'm not the guy to play piano on everything. I want to get more sync songs made, so I need more help. Could I sit here and do it all myself? Yes, of course. I could. You could. But I couldn't produce the quality and the quantity by myself that I can with partners. And that's probably the biggest reason to get help. Eugene says, how do you find help? Most people I have talked to don't want to work with you unless you can pay them or are better than them and can help them for free. Okay, so this is a tough one. Getting help does require money sometimes. When I track in Nashville, the players ain't playing for free. Now, I do have a few who are at a point in their career where they are interested in growing their PRO. And so some of them are playing for PRO, and that's something that you could trade out, Eugene, with people if they're willing to do that. And that is one, like for instance, because I trade out working with 3 or 4 different people, they're all getting a little something for their trouble from this buyout that we're going to be getting in the next week. And or they're going to get it in the back end in PRO. And so, or there could be sync checks in the future. So you could try that. Try to say, hey, why don't we work together? We'll split PRO, or I'll give you a portion of my PRO. I'll give you a portion of the sync fees or any buyouts that happen. Work up a nice split sheet that is also a deal points kind of agreement. It's not a contract really. It just says, we agree that you own this percent of the song and I own this percent of the song. And then the deal points with this particular album it's going to this library and we get this, that, and the other thing. So that kind of thing is good to have. But try trading out. Trading out is a good step. But guess what? You're going to have to pay for stuff. And I've been paying for years for players to play on sync, and I still do, and I still will. And that comes from my partners. And again, it's all about the partners thing. You're probably sick of hearing me saying partners. It's going to have to be like a drinking game. Every time Eric says partners, take a drink.